Good evening, one and all. Hope you're having a decent Saturday. Mine's been pretty busy. Not bad, just busy. So we're going to be doing some Fortnite tonight. Kind of sticking with what this last week has been. Maybe doing some artwork later on, but hey, greetings there, Anna. How you doing? Man, allergies are starting to hit me too as well, so I've not had a very restful time with this last week, and so allergies on top of it just makes it just a little obnoxious. Ooh, ouch. Forgot about those falls there. Should just use the stairs. Doing good dandy. Well, we did a stream with Dadman earlier, and it was decent. The not quite the uh-oh. Reconnecting. Whoopsies. Connection failure. That's odd. But anyway, got to do a little bit of the story stream earlier today. Not much, we just barely scratched the surface, but that is something we're going to do a follow-up to the stream that got skipped yesterday because I was working. Man, yesterday was busy. Very, very busy. But anyway, we're going to be doing that story stream sometime when schedules permit. This might shows I still don't have internet. Did everything go down? Every time I turn off my PC, you start to live stream. Yeah, I realize that. I'm the night shift. When I do try and stream in the middle of the day, it ends up no one ends up showing up. Well, at least very few people. And so I realized that, there's more exciting streams to do during the middle of the day. And so I take the night shift. Today, though, is a little bit later than I usually do. At least as of late. I've been trying to get earlier, but today didn't work out. I was also going to do something yesterday, but that didn't work out either. It is busy. For me, it's like 2 a.m. Yeah. Yep. That time difference across the country, it's a real challenge. Actually, it's one of the reasons why I missed the stream last night. Stream was supposed to happen at 7 Eastern Standard Time. And that requires me to get back early from work, and I could not pull that off. There's a guy that used to be around as a regular, and he could be lurking for all I know, but he used to tune in at 3 in the morning, like clockwork. And he had a very interesting sleep schedule. That's an interesting plane. Whoa! What the heck? Okay, I think the game might be glitching a little bit. I was right here, and then suddenly I appeared over there. Working communications, and it's been interesting for this last week. But anyway, won't bore you with those stories. Which map is this again? This is not the this is that in-between map, the one that I missed out on for the most part. This was when my computer became impossible to play this game with. I missed out on this one. Okay, that's a bot. Avoid the bot. Now we can go for the bot. Maybe that wasn't a bot. That's weird. Slurp rush, yeah. Ah, golly. What sort of things been happening in your life, Anna? I mean, last thing I kind of want to talk about is this last week has made it a bit tiresome for me, and I found that earlier I was going to be doing a discussion with some folks, and I realized that I didn't have it within me to kind of carry on deep conversations, and tonight feels like one of those things. That may change, but oh, that's the storm. Okay, get the truck. Well, we're supposed to get more snow over this weekend. Just when you think winter's gone, it comes back with just a little bit of extra strength. So supposedly we're going to get an inch of snow over this next few hours. And it got pretty chilly. So it's completely possible that will happen. Aha, gunfire. Oh, come on. There we go. Double elim. Yeah, well. Dandy. Okay, swap out that. Nope, not that. There we go. We want this. And we want this. Oh, wait. First. Sploosh. There we go. Oh, Anonymous. Poor Anonymous. I have a sister share accounts. Oh, you share it with a sibling? Very nice. If that's what you're referring to. Oh! Okay, there's some definite lag going on here. And that really should not have lined up. It's actually a little surprising to me. Ah, yeah. Indeed. Wait. I'm the boy. Ah. Indeed. It's good to have sibling accounts. I used to have a shared account with my brother for gaming, and he was... Oh. Then ended up going to college, and that became impossible for the multiplayer stuff. So then we started getting our own at that point. Where is this guy? Ooh! Well, that guy cannot shoot, thankfully. He's swerving too much. And I can't hit either. Can't type for some reason. Yeah, that happens to me too. Especially when you're, trying to type fast. We live in an era where we have to type fast. Past eras, you didn't have to worry about that. So green in there. And he ran away. That turkey. Friend who just vanished. That's not... Online or like in person? Hey, it's Grievous from earlier. Well, Grievous is one hopping fella. By the way, hopping is not usually a good strategy in this game. I mean, it is early on. Whoa! Of course I say that as I hop away. Hasn't been on Fortnite for years. Yeah, I can understand. Oh, golly. Yeah. For people to vanish on games is, sadly, kind of common. I gotta get away from this guy. This guy's too good. Oh, never mind. Oh, I think I got the wrong guy. You're the threat. Oh, dang. It was close. That's not the guy that I want to get. It's the other guy that seems to be more dangerous. Roblox, yeah. I can never get into Roblox. I know it's super popular, but it's just a little too weird for me. Same thing with Minecraft. I know some people really liked it, but I just could not get the hang of it. I am somebody who likes realism, and so when it gets that fake and blocky, I'm like, too much for me. Oh, hello, buddy. Oh, no, it's not good. Oh, I live. I wish I could say that was skill, but it wasn't. There used to be like guaranteed shield in that, but not anymore. Don't like Minecraft? Yeah, I'm with you. It has good elements, but it's too long of a game. And I do like long games, but crafting games, I'd rather craft in real life. Actually do something and make something and say, I did this physically in the real world. Oh, got a better hammer. Oh, golly. Okay, got the shield. Oh, wow, he hit hard. Like Call of Duty. Yeah. Tato comes in and says, "Hello, currently playing Minecraft." Crying face. Oh, poor Tato. How you doing, Tato? I would say, what are you doing? Oh, what have you been doing? But you've just told us it's the Minecraft. Hey, everybody's got the games that they prefer. I mean, it's not a bad game. It's just, not my favorite. But besides that, Tato, what have you been up to? We were going to have a really fun stream yesterday with storytelling, but unfortunately I ended up being unable to pull that off. Schedules didn't permit that to happen. So hopefully we'll be rescheduling that here soon. Man, I do not have good items here. Reboot disabled. Oh, I feel gypped. Oh, golly. Yeah, that probably was not the best maneuver he could have done. He acted a little distracted. Okay, I need this. I'm tired. Yeah. Understand. Oh, golly. Oh, I should have swapped weapons. Look at you dancing. Isn't that amazing? You can dance. Oh, so special. Interesting game mode. Probably not my favorite, but... should play sometime. I can carry you to a win. Yeah, the victories are not the things I live for. I live for the conversation. But it is something where during some days I do have a plan to try and make them casual ones. All right, see ya, Anna, or Anna's brother. Rest well. But yeah, it's something where I used to have like days where it just kind of was open for people to kind of jump in whenever. And I haven't done one of those in a while. I don't do them on stream anymore. I do them off stream, but and then when, people have been around for a while, then I bring them onto the main stream. There was a lot of really fun games I did a while back where we had these big community games where we had like 5-6 people participating. I think the most we ever had was 7. And they were fun, but that's when we started noticing, oh, they got too big. And then we had all sorts of interesting situations unfolding. Greetings to Jersey. Just drink more energy drinks. 24-hour art stream would be so cool. Oh, I won't disagree. A 24-hour art stream would be great. And come this summer, I will probably be doing some really, really long ones. Man, it has been one heck of a week. One heck of a month for me. One heck of a spring. It's not even spring yet, but it is spring for the rest of the country. Something that needs to happen. But do not, I repeat, do not drink the energy drinks. Have a good stream. I'm going to go play Minecraft with my friend. Indeed, Tato. Have a good evening. Have fun. I'll see you next time, whenever that is. So what happened with, oh, hello. That was probably not the best plan that guy could have done. So you don't want to drink energy drinks. Because I know somebody who did drink a lot of energy drinks. And something happened to him. He was all fine. He was healthy. He was an athlete. And then one day, he suddenly got very weak. And no one really knew what was going on with him. And so he went to go see the doctor. And his body was forever destroyed. And the doctor said, "This is from something you've been consuming." And he couldn't figure out what it was. And then he went through the list and he mentioned energy drinks. And he was like, that's it. He hyped his body up on so much sugar inside the energy drinks that it crashed his system. And he is now a very skinny man and very, very sickly. So yeah, we avoid the energy drinks. But you know what we do have around here? Coffee. Hey, it's an eagle. You know, actually, in a little bit here, Jersey, I think I'm going to, I think I'll do a shift over and show you that cartoon effect that I was mentioning about a while back. I don't have a whole lot of time to stream tonight. I'm tired, but I can do some of that. And this shotgun has been improved. It used to not be this good. Where is he hitting me from? Oh, behind me. Dang. That guy is pretty strong over there. Okay. Strategy, run away. What the heck? That guy is doing very good. There's so many things I've scheduled for this summer. It's going to be busy. Assuming I can get to the chance of really, you know, leaning in and having the time to pull things off. Oh, no. Oof. That was not so good. Well, one of the things that I'm hoping will be something we can lean into this summer as well. So there's going to be a couple of so I got a lot of different crafting streams I want to do, and one of the reasons why it will take some time to get things set up is because it's going to require me to get the art table reorganized, and I don't have the art table in a good position. I don't know how to pull this off. I'm going to have to move a lot of furniture. And when I mean a lot of furniture, I mostly mean just box shelves. Because I don't have a lot of space over here. And so I got to figure out how to pull that. Oh, that's the guy from earlier. Come back here. There we go. Vindication. Justice. Hello. Well, Dogman. Anyway, so it's going to take some organizing to get all that stuff up and operational. I got to get the camera set up as well for that. This new setup is going to make it a lot easier to pull off, but still a lot of challenges. Like just trying to get this secondary PC set up has been a nightmare. Well, not a true nightmare. Okay, that's exaggerating. It's been a nuisance. That's what it has been. Come back here, buddy. Oh no, go somewhere else. I don't want to fight you anymore. Well, that didn't go so well. Hey, I know this spot. Oh no. Oh, it was that person from earlier. The one who seems to be having a clothing malfunction there. That's such a weird attire. I know it's supposed to be modern and trendy. Everybody knows what it's supposed to be. Not necessarily something you want to be, promoted. So here's some of the things that are on the schedule for this spring/summer. Get the game finished. The game is almost there. That got put on hold for the last 2 months, 3 months. Finish up the book so I can give it to an editor to look at. Get the animations, get the next 2 animations figured out. Man, it's a lot of stuff. By then, you're already at the end of summer. I wonder. So when we come to the first hour marker for this stream is where we'll do the transition over to animation. Not going to go on for too long here, not unless something happens. So I knew a guy. Now I think of art reminding me of the 24-hour stream thing. There's a guy that I know who did 72-hour streams. Man, that guy. 72 hours. It was staggering to me. Because after the first 24 hours, he would get cranky. After 48, he got very cranky. And he started getting, hard to understand. I reached out to a lot of folks to try and get them to stop. 24 hours is one thing. But, that happens. 72 hours, though. That was foolish. And he was suffering. And no one seemed to care enough to tell him to stop. And so I took it on myself to tell him to stop. And he did not listen. But nor did he tell me off either. He kind of just accepted that things were not going so well, and he just kind of bowed his head and like, yeah, no, you're right. And he would go on. It's interesting that there's a lot of people in this world that you can tell how much they care by when they tell you to stop. I got a sad feeling that a lot of folks in this world do not want to hear somebody tell them no in love and kindness. I mean, how many of us want to hear someone say, yeah, you should stop something? I mean, sometimes people are just saying that to discourage you, but other people say it because they really do care. And in our culture, that level of care is not really heeded so much. Okay, somebody's over here. Oh, there you are. Free chap lad. Interesting. Ooh, decent. Oh, wow, that hurt. Get out of there. Dang. I stole your victory. Anonymous? Okay, get this thing. There we go. Actually, you know what? I need that. Just in case. So telling people in a loving way, you should stop. You know, I had someone tell me that about streaming a couple of years back. And they said, you know, for your own well-being, you should stop. You know, sometimes people say something that they mean to be caring and not realizing the bigger picture. Ooh, flintlock. Yeah, give that a try. So someone can say that caringly and still not have enough of an idea to be able to actually, you know, sway you. Ooh, fancy. I would say that has, you should always take people's advice with a grain of salt. Maybe a large grain of salt. Because some people will speak out of turn before they know the full picture. Doesn't mean they're wrong, nor does it mean that they're right. It means that they don't fully comprehend the situation. And given some time, they may change their opinions. I know I've had my opinions changed over time. Tilted Towers. Anonymous. Okay, I didn't know if this was long range or short range. Seems like it's short range. Ouch. Do you have Linux now? Not yet. That's another thing on my list of things to do for this summer. It's a long, long list at this point. I have all the stuff figured out. I've been studying Linux in the meantime, trying to get my head wrapped around how it functions. I've not done the transfer yet. Life has been too busy. It's one of the reasons why we can't do all the art projects just yet. Some projects are still locked away, and I can't quite get them reorganized yet. I'd be scared to even try to gain for too little gain for so much trouble. Yep. It's not for everyone. Oh, hello. Ooh. Anonymous. And I don't do it willingly either. Really, I would prefer to just accept Windows, but Windows has changed too much. And the AI nonsense, it's crossed too many lines. I'm going to be doing it very carefully, though. That's one of the reasons why I have another another PC, so I can make this transition possible. I have the flexibility to do so. I know most people don't. And so, in that sense, I hope to be able to learn so I can pass that information on to friends and family. I want to know because I have been operating with a Linux for a while. It's just not an actual PC. And by the way, most phones use some version of Linux. Anonymous. Shouldn't have been jumping so much. Uh-oh. That's not good. Oh, this is really not good. I got an idea. Yeah, it works. Obviously. Get catapulted with a rifle. I mean, with a pistol. Oh, no. Ooh, perfect. Just what I needed. Probably, but Lenovo LQ month or two. Oh, 8 gigabytes of VRAM i5. Hope it goes well. I remember you mentioned about you were trying to get another PC. Only 500 gigabytes of space. You know, if it's still an upgrade, you know, no problem there. I'm not going to be judging you for a PC. You got to learn to work with what you have. Uh-oh. Oh, it's Bugs Bunny. Fear the bugs. It's 500% better than my current. Hey. Good deal. Good deal. All right, you wabbit. That didn't give me any extra ammo. Dang it. Ah. Messed that one up. Hope it's similar in cycles. Even if it's just a little bit better. You know, improvement. That's another thing I'm going to be doing over the summer. Getting the t-shirts finished. I've had the t-shirt making device for a year now. I've not actually gone through with doing it. And it's not just for, you know, for the channel or whatnot. I actually had some people asking about trying to actually do it. And so now I have motivation to like legitimately do it because people are asking for it. That's something else that needs to happen over the summer. It's a wabbit. Come back, you wabbit. Ooh, wabbit's dead. Poor wabbit. Oh, little bunny. All right. Ooh. Hello, hunting rifle. Now I can hunt the wabbit. Too bad there's no more wabbit. There you are. Alright, you're going to be forced by the storm to come over here. Ouch. Oh, would you look at that? You got crowns and you got Winnie the Pooh on your back. Oh, well, no, not Winnie the Pooh. And you can pretend to dance. That's a pretend dance, everybody. Because you're not able to keep your legs moving. You just have to be able to, you know, shift about. And that's a dance. Real sophisticated. By the way, I can't dance. My dancing skills are pitiful. Send something in Discord, maybe you'll know what it is about. Let's take a look here. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Classroom scene render. Oh, that looks promising. This LOQ, that's the one you have, right? Or the one that you're getting. Nice mid-range there. Strings. That is quite different. Let me take a quick look here. I got a theory. I just want to double check. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. All right, standby. Oh, wrong button. We want R99955HX. That's the motherboard, isn't it? Ah, yep. 16 gigabyte. So, what you have here, well, there's a couple of brands that you kind of want to avoid. And, what is the name of this group? I only know it by their icon. It's been a long time. What's their full name? It's, did they change their name? It's that icon right there. ROG. What does that stand for? I remember like the long-term form, the long form of it. Yeah, Asus. Republic of Gamers. That's why. I knew it had to do something about gamers. Something to do about gamers. So, here's the rundown. So I think I got a better idea of what could be going on with it. All right, so right here we have the Strix 16. Let's take a look at the LOQ 15. All right, now let's compare both of them. Interesting. So the one over here on the right is a Ryzen 7. I'm a big fan of Ryzen 7. Ryzen CPUs as a whole. That to me is the first thing that kind of stands out. Ryzen 7 is actually faster than a Core i7. This one has a larger SSD. That's going to be actually pretty spendy. DDR5. That's it. That's the big price point. So there's a lot of different things that are going on here. The DDR is one of those. NVIDIA is naturally more expensive. They both have the same GPU, so that's not what's going on. And the SSD size. Those are the things that are going on. So that being said, the one that you mentioned about right here, the one highlighted in yellow, is actually a pretty decent price. We'll have to see if the specs are accurate, though, because one thing I will mention is that there's a lot of things that go into how these charts are made, and there could be some other factors that they're taking into account. So you'll have to tell us about how fast yours ends up being. Now, one of the bigger possibilities that's going on here, because I assume that these are the right ones here, unless there's like other variations within it, because like it could be at one of the parts are like slightly more different. Hard drive, Ryzen, RAM. It's got to be the Ryzen. I can't see anything else that would indicate one way or the other. Unless, and now this is a little, I don't want to say this is what's going on, but what if there's something else going on here? What if the numbers are slightly fudged? That's possible. Ooh. Nicely done. Yeah, that's a conundrum. I do know Republic of Gamers is known for some pretty finicky computers. They're not as great as they like to pretend that they are. $500 is a lot for 3 times the speed, but it might be maybe for something else. See, what you're getting is fast for. Okay, let me back up here and help explain this a little bit, because I see what you're referring to. If I wanted the best video card for my PC, it would cost me around $5,000 to $6,000. Best PC graphics card for games. That is not the best graphics card for animation and rendering. In fact, it's actually pretty mediocre. If you want the best type, you have to get one that is about $2,000 or slightly less. But wait, $6,000 for the best video game graphics card compared to something cheaper for animation? Precisely. See, the gaming ones tend to be focused on speed. There are other computer parts that do that as well. Motherboards, CPUs, RAM. Some things are designed specifically for one thing or another. So, that could be what's going on. I don't know until I've, gotten that chance to really tinker with them. But that's my assumption. There's probably a part in there that has a reputation for stuff like that, either for gaming or for the rendering, and thus affecting its price. We're going to go for one more round, and then we'll do the switch over to the animation. Because, for example, there was a guy I knew at college who, against what he told the company, he told the company he was working for that he was going to be testing GPUs for them because, they needed the best thing for their calculations. So he went out and got the biggest, baddest GPU that he could find. It was the equivalent of a semester's worth of tuition. Super, super expensive. And here he was, plugging it into his PC so he could play The Dark Knight at the highest possible resolution and rendering quality. It was impressive. I got to see The Dark Knight, Batman Arkham Asylum in the highest resolution and quality of the time on a GPU that was the equivalent of getting 2 or 3 PCs. And the company had no idea why he had gotten, how he was testing this GPU for them. He just wanted basically a free GPU for the semester, and he just didn't tell them. By the way, if you do that to a company, eventually someone's going to find out. I don't know if anybody found out, but I will tell you this. He probably never stopped doing that sort of stuff. And he probably fouled up at one point. I'm not saying that because, I heard anything. But more, I understand how the cycle goes. You get comfortable thinking you can get away with something, and then you push the envelope too far. That's the problem of sin, is that if you push things too far, eventually it's going to come back and bite you hard. And I've just seen that pattern happen a little too often over my life. Ooh, that was close. No. Oof. So here's something to consider. When you are able to do something and not have to worry about the consequences, do you do it? Or do you think that maybe, just maybe, there's a... Oh, golly. I feel like there's a life lesson at that point. Wow. That was bad. I may do another round just because of how badly this round's been going. So if you can get away with something, that's not a good sign. Follow me, buddy. Up here. Well, that went well. Someone else is here. Hey, what happened to my other weapon? Did I drop it? Oh, there it is. Just never picked it up. Just rendering with GPU. Ah, indeed. That makes sense. Ah, that's a strong weapon there. No swimming. What about wading? Oh, dang, that's not good. Anonymous. Hello. I'm in a bad spot. Oh, there's your feet. Where are you gonna run? Never ceases to amaze me, the people in this game with some of their shooting strategies. You can't use... Ah, okay. Interesting. I didn't know that. Good troubleshooting. Hello. Anonymous? Sure are a lot of anonymous in this game. Kind of strange you can hear a glider in this game. Okay, you know what? Let's grab this. What the heck? Watch your back, rookie. By the way, you never want to use a shotgun like that. That is just like asking for trouble. I'm terrible with a shotgun, by the way. Like in real life, I do much better with some sort of scope weapon. There's another one of those glowing weapons. Oh, ouch. Dang, whoa. What the heck was that? Well, I guess we'll call that one good enough. Let's go over and show the cartoon thing. Hey, perfect. It's just at the 1 hour marker. Oh, never mind. It wasn't 1 hour. It was close enough to the 1 hour marker. All right, jumping off of here. Norton 360. Nah, we got our own stuff for that. All right. Before we do this, I'm going to get some more water. Be right back. Let's use Silverado to change the tunes here. What are we going to go with tonight? Alright, go with an old classic for this.
You serious?
All right, delete those things. We're creating a cartoon face. Okay. Let's go over what this is going to need to look like. So let's start off by doing, getting the base for the face. I need to change the settings here before we continue. Stand by. Where is this located again? It's under navigation, right? Is that it? No. Themes, that was it. Themes, and we're looking at viewports. Edge width, there we go. And vertex. There we go, much better. Not quite. Decent enough. We'll call that good for now. All right, so why do we start with a circle? So with a character, we want to have some dimension to them. And so by starting with a circle, this gives us the ability to give us a plane in which to add our other facial features onto. So, what we're going to start off by doing, though, is... Actually, we're not going to go with this one. We're going to go with a slightly different one. A cube. And we are going to then subdivide. And then we're going to put... what is this... option, cast, and then we're going to put it to a sphere. You said default. Okay, so now it gives us a perfect grid sphere. We're going to then apply those, and then going to select the bottom one here, delete, and delete. Shrink that down to 0.2. Call that good. Let's smooth that on out. So now we have a perfect circle, but we still have a grid in there, just in case it causes any funny business. We're able to fix it. Okay, so let's start off by then trying to block out some facial features, shall we? So, this is interesting. I used to not have like a good idea of how to pull this off. And over the last couple of years, I finally figured it out. And I wish I had done it on some other characters I used to try and make work in the past. Maybe I'll open up this old character rigs, kind of like the fish character, and try and salvage it. By the way, I'm going to get back to the fish character here shortly, along with a lot of other stuff. Man, it's going to be a busy summer, I hope. We're going to duplicate this, and we are now going to use a... going to add in a sphere. So we're going to put our colors onto random. So I like to do this for when I'm editing, and because it allows us to have all of our objects with a slightly different color, so that way, you know, it makes it a little bit easier to visualize. So this sphere right here is going to be our eye. I'm going to bring this up here. This is our character's very simple looking eye. Next, we are going to add in a cube. And on the cube, we are going to add in this, and then turn on mirrored editing. We are going to shrink these together at the corners of the mouth. And now we're going to bevel this thing. Actually, wait a minute. Let's bevel the whole thing. There we go. A wonderful looking mouth. Doesn't look like much, does it? Don't worry. I'll look a bit more interesting here before long. Now let's cut this thing in half. And then we're going to grab these ones up top. And we're going to merge them together. We're going to move them together like that. Merge by distance. 12 vertices were merged, but not all of them. And some of those is because I had the mirrored on. So we're just going to fix that. Vertice. Connect that to there, that to there, that to there, and that to there. By distance, wonderful. Then we're going to take this one down here, and we're going to delete this. Very pretty. It's beautiful. Look how wonderful this character is. Oh, it looks so magnificent. All right, we're going to mirror this on down. All right. Smooth shade that. Subdivide that. All right, so now we can tell there's a couple of issues that are going on right here. And that's because the face has a couple of vertices that did not merge. We're just going to increase the distance of that. There we go. Wonderful. All right, so let us now add on some proportional editing here. And we just want to raise this thing up a little bit, give it a little bit of dimension. By contrast, we do not want this one to have any dimension here, so we're going to... There we go. Wonderful mouth. So, let us then duplicate this. Come over here, and X, we're going to zero that out. Let's make some... So right here, this is not a very compelling face. Let's go about the process of, making this thing look a bit more like a legit character. The eyes and mouth, we're going to ignore those for just a brief moment. We're looking at the head here. Let's make it look like an interesting looking cartoon head. So what we're going to do is I deleted the duplicate from earlier, and we're going to rename this head. I'm going to link duplicate this. Now with this there, what we're going to do is, so we're going to move this off to the side, make sure that it's properly linked. So when we move one, it moves the other. Okay, wonderful. Move that back. So now let's start shaping this guy. Now, cartoons don't have to be perfect, but they do have to be, similar enough to real life that the audience isn't left too bewildered. So we're just going to do a little bit of tweaks here. Move the mouth down. Proportional editing 1, 2, okay. Moves halfway down the face. We want to be one eye apart. Next, let's get a little bit of a nose going here. So we're going to subdivide this area here. because we don't need... Actually, we might be able to pull this off a little bit different. No, yeah, we will subdivide this. So we're going to come right on in here, and we're just going to... Oh, that's right. I don't have this set up on this new PC. Subdivide, and we're going to add this to our quick select menu, and there we go. Then I'm going to shape ourselves here a nose. It doesn't have to be too accurate, just enough so, you know, it's not too jarring to us who are, you know, trying to learn the art form and then getting freaked out by a hideous looking being. It's already hideous, all right, but we don't want it to be more hideous. All right. So, not very special. And that may not really serve much purpose for this illustration, but I wanted to have just in case that, you know, is necessary. So let's subdivide this thing. And we're going to grab the other one, and we're going to subdivide that as well. Now let's add in those kind of drawn-on cartoon features. So what we're going to do is we're going to have this face right here. So we have two heads. We're going to call this one eyes. And then we're going to grab this right here. So grab this, just hide the head. Grab this, and we're going to intersect. Oh, that's right. I don't have that one installed on this new PC. Get add-ons. Get extension. Why is this missing? Oh, of course. New setup, so. Bool tool. Install. There we go. Wonderful. All right, so let's see here. We want driver and driven, I think. Nope. Let's try it the other way around. Nope. What is the right setting for this? Driver driven. Intersect union difference. I guess it's because it's a circle. That's the reason why. Well, that's not quite what I was expecting. It's been a while since I've done this. I think I got things a little confused here. Oh, that's it. That's it. Okay. I forgot. So this is correct. So I got to do it this way. And then we have solidify. There we go. Now we have an eye that is painted on. So, then we're able to duplicate this and then just change that to there, hide that, and now we have another eye right there. So let's bring that back, and we're going to change this one to the same visibility as the other one. So we want bounds. And then this is going to be moved back just ever so slightly. So now with this here, we're able to move the eyes around the face in that sense. This is the essence of most 3D characters. So now, remember how we were changing the face and trying to give it some dimension? This is why. Not because I wanted it for the eyes to do this. I want you to see that when we do this, it does move up around the face like that. Now, typically, you want to be doing this on just a smooth face, but we want to be a little bit more creative for this one, just to see what was possible. So now we're going to duplicate this again. Get rid of the Boolean, and then we want this and that. Intersect. And this one's going to be mouth. Same thing with the mouth. But here's where this gets really cool. If you want to move it up and down, look what it does. It makes it look like he's speaking. So when you change the shape of this weird device here, you're able to then get him to, actually move his mouth, and you can rig this to where you're moving this shape and it's driving this piece right there. So now let's use this technique to make a legitimate face, shall we? So this is our prototype right here. This is version 1. This hideous monstrosity, let's hide him. Now let's make a legit cartoon character. Let's make him look kind of like Charlie Brown. All right, so we're going to subdivide it. We're going to go to cast, and we're going to choose sphere, and then we want to smooth shade. And because we're making a character that has a round head, we are not going to bother with flattening. Instead, we're going to keep it, like this. Let's now add in his eyes. Actually, let's go to actual colors for this one. Material. Let's get skin. Again, we're going for Charlie Brown here. A couple of years back when I first got started on this channel, I tried doing animation and it didn't go over so very well. There's a lot of people that suddenly came along and said, animation's so difficult, don't even bother. I didn't believe them or anything, but it was something where I found it discouraging. It's like I was trying to master the art form, and people are like, just use AI. AI will solve it. It doesn't solve everything. And after this last after this last month, I did some testing with AI. And now I am familiar with the tool. I can say, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that I do not like the tool. I can see its use, though. I will not be using it very often. Notice what I just said, very often. Because it turns out that there are people that have been asking me to start using it for work in one way or another. I'm resisting it as best as I can, but I had to become familiar with it. It is not the revolutionary technology people want it to be. I know that beyond a shadow of a doubt. It is a deceptive thing. By the way, now by doing this, we have the ability to create very easy ears. So, mirror. And now we're going to add on a nose in a similar sort of manner. Move it down the face like this. Hmm. 3D looks fun, but learning curve feels so huge. But maybe with a new laptop, I'll try to switch. Don't switch entirely. Definitely dabble. Artists are supposed to be familiar with the tools and able to adjust as needed. If I had a choice, I would have done 2D. But when I was getting started, all the 2D jobs went overseas. All that was left was 3D. I went into 3D, and the 3D jobs went overseas. Tell you what, nothing disheartens you like watching your career go up in smoke multiple times over. And there's a lot of artists who experience that. When you're told basically you don't matter, that you're not worth it, a lot of people just say, well, that's it, and they just quit and they find something else. I'm too stubborn. It's like, well, that didn't work. Let's try something else. And that's my life. I am the guy that, despite being told by multiple people to get out, I'm the guy that doubled down. not necessarily the best, wisest option that one can do, but you know what? That's when I learned that you really have to adjust as things go on. Because in the end, you can't expect people to necessarily lean in and understand your craft. To them, they only care about money. It's one of the reasons why it's important as artists to support one another. To be able to say, you know what, this craft does matter and we're willing to kind of work together to make it happen. You know, we're not going to bother about trying to perfect it. I know the normals need to be... Oh, wait a minute. That's right. Normal. Target. That's right. Mix. I completely forgot about that. Okay, yeah, that solves the problem. All right. Anyway. Artists everywhere have been struggling to try and navigate the modern times. It is not fun. But at the same time, artists were always going to be struggling. The question is, what sort of struggle are we going to embrace? And I embraced the world of animation, but I also realized it's not going to last. I'm not here to try and force it to work. I'm here to try and use it while I can, to do good while I can. And I hope other artists kind of do the same sort of thing. That's why I don't try and make a living doing this stuff anymore. My living is in communications and tech. I left art and animation a long time ago. Doesn't mean I stopped. It just meant that I can't make a career doing it. Okay, now we're going to do something really cool with this face here. So, we're going to take this eye, and we are going to basically program it with the ability to change shape. So let's do this. We got our eye. What we're going to do now is we're going to stretch it like this, and then like this. Kind of weird looking, isn't it? Let's see what it looks like now. We're going to grab our eye and we're going to do that. Now remember what we did earlier. We did a solidify just before the Boolean. And now let's change this. I want this to be I. Let's bring back the head and the eye. And we're going to do a shrink wrap to the head. We're going to do a slight off. Oh, wait. No, I don't even have to bother about. I don't have to bother about that. It's in the solidify. There we go. All right. Now we're going to take this, duplicate it, and then grab the eye right here, come over, get rid of the negative, and now we have two eyes. So what happens if we move one of them inside and out? Look at that. We now have the ability to change its shape. Now let's make that even more exaggerated here. Let's grab this middle area here. Now we're going to shape it like that. So now we have the ability to not only change the size of the character's eyes, but also make him scared, have just kind of normal, and have him wide-eyed. All that by changing the shape of this object. Safer to keep as a hobby? Yep. My friend has an art job and doesn't even like it. Yeah. Pure frame by frame 2D is way too hard. It takes me hours just to settle with one pose, as it looks weird all the time. I'm doing it 10 times. It's impossible. Yeah. That looks great. Much appreciated. All right, we said we were going to make it look like Charlie Brown here. So what we're going to do next is we're going to get a curve here. So let's get a mesh here at center. And now we're going to snap to the face. Come on. Snap. Oh, there it is. Okay. Solidify. No, it's not that one. It's skin. Duplicate, move it beyond there. All right, so now we're going to duplicate the eye. Get rid of that Boolean. Grab this, grab that, and there we go. And it's kind of like Charlie Brown. And now if we want to move this mouth around, we can very easily do so by, moving the very simple line mesh that we got here. Now, sometimes you'll get some things like this. Notice what it's doing. It's sticking it out further away from the head. If you go with different modes, like exact, it will solve the problem. But it takes more processing power, so you want to be a bit careful with that. Any shadow clipping problems with it? Not really, because this right here is, an actual mesh. So let's just add in a light here. So we're not using any sort of fancy shading to pull this off. This is all polygons. So we come in here and let's hide our booleans. 1, 2, 3. Hide that. And let's hide the floor. XY. Power that up. Change the color over here. Add a warm light right here. Weaken it. Voila. A very simple character with a very simple set of controls. A set of controls that anybody can very quickly pick up on. Don't have to worry about a whole lot of big fancy rigging and whatnot. It's just a series of parents. But it does have some neat effects that you can do with it. By the way, because this nose is a separate object, we can have it shift around like that. Ears, same thing. They're separate objects. They can wiggle. Anyway, this is not a Charlie Brown. We'll call this let's see here, Charlie Brown. This will be Chucky Maze. This is our knockoff character of Chucky Maze. Oh, and here's another cool thing you can do with him. We're going to grab this nose, and we're going to rotate it along the Z-axis. Notice what happens here. If you want to rotate the character's head, you can actually do it in such... Well, okay. We're not going to bother with that. But you're able to shift the character's head around easily. But what happens if you want to, change the shape like this? Well, that doesn't necessarily quite work, and here's the reason why. So there's there's multiple faces here. What you're going to have to end up doing is a mesh warp. Now, we're not going to go over that for tonight, but actually, no, we will do that. We will do that. Okay, let's add in a lattice mesh. So now we got our character's head in here. We're going to grab the head right here, and the ears, and the nose. Actually, we'll do this one at a time. Okay, let's put in lattice. Let's also change this very quickly. Let's add in a couple of subdivisions. By the way, a lattice cage is one of the oldest forms of 3D animation out there. Okay. Grab this. Lattice cage. Grab that. Okay. Now we're going to grab all of these other objects, and we're going to duplicate that to copy to selected. It's so nice to be able to do this and not have it cut out the stream. This used to not be able to happen. Okay, but we are going to reduce the resolution of this character because it's becoming too much. Even though he's a simple character, there's actually a lot of polygons out there right now. Simplify. Reduce it to 2. Notice you're able to shift the character's head over. Oh no, Chucky Maze just got punched. Freaky. And based upon how you set up the order of this thing, it can be, you can fix some of these things. So let's take this, move it just before the shrink wrap. Problem solved. Yeah, there's a couple of bugs. But anyway, we were going for a simple character anyway. That is the crash course tonight for how to make a 3D character style head. But there's one more thing that we've not covered. And maybe, it's just basically a glorified version of this. It's all the same stuff. No, it's not worth going down. Simple. Hey, compared to other rigs I've done, this is simple. Show pixel level of the character. Yeah, we can do that. So let's simplify. Let's go in here and show what the polygons were for this. Because I did multiple subdivisions, I wasn't trying to like make this optimized. So let's add in the wireframe of this. We want to show. Actually, wait a minute. We can't do it that way because it's the way to show that is we have to add in a camera. Why is the hotkey not working? Ugh. All right, so we're going here. We want to lock camera to view. And now we come over to Workbench. We want to view I want to show wireframe. Outline? No. How did I do that? Okay. Viewports. What year was this? 12 years. Okay, it didn't exist then. Why am I forgetting this? Viewports. Man, I am tired. Why is this not making sense to me? Did they get rid of it? Wow. Okay. For whatever reason, I can't remember. Let's go down here and let's view the scene statistics. So right now in this scene, there are, with the multiple subdivisions, there are 125,000 polygons. And it doesn't need to be that high. Okay, I know it. It can be lowered down to something much less. Let me get this down to like what I would actually be doing this in. Okay, yeah, it got down to 90,000. Even so, you could go down even further. But yes, there are some challenges with it, but it's not as bad as some other options. Oh, golly. Why am I doing this? Just because I... Oh, golly. Let's go up here and then turn it on to always. And we want to increase this. All right, let's make it a little bit more wholesome. Okay, green eyes. Yes. There we go, blue eyes. Do you find any 5.1 features useful? So there are a lot of cool features that they brought out. I can definitely say, though, I've not had a chance really to dig into them yet. A lot of the stuff was performance-based that I really enjoy. But not spent a whole lot of time on that. Well, we're going to call it there, because I am beat, and I need to call it an early night, because I got basically 3 hours of sleep last time. So, I'm going to call it there. Thanks everyone for coming by. I know it's fairly low energy stream tonight. Well, they're always low energy streams, but have a very pleasant evening and morning, everybody. Just a reminder: be civil to one another, and we will see you next time. You know, sometime soon we're going to be talking about civility again. I try and do it every now and then. I think it's time for another civility stream. That might be the next one I do, because I'm a bit troubled by things. You know, I'm seeing civility as being forgotten. Anyway, till then, folks, have a very pleasant evening.